Well, General Aviation Month was declared in Tennessee this March, highlighting the air flight industry and its impact on rural communities. Joining us now is President of the Tennessee Aviation Association, John Black. Thanks so much for joining us, John, and talk about the importance of general aviation in rural communities.
Well, general aviation plays an extremely important role, especially in agriculture as far as crop dusting from Middle Tennessee all the way over to Memphis. A lot of crop dusting takes place for the ag community.
And where you are located, you said you do some work in Smyrna. Tell us about your job there.
So, yes, I'm the airport director at Smyrna Airport. It's one of the larger general aviation airports across the state, out of about 74 general aviation airports. And they play a really critical role, not just for agriculture, but for economic development and so forth.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're seeing more and more air travel pick up. We're seeing a lot more investment going into airplanes. Talk a little bit more about how this benefits farmers. You talked about crop dusting, but there's a lot of other ways as well.
There are. A lot of those communities, a lot of the rural communities have, major industries that are related to agriculture, and a lot of those industries use aviation to get their company CEOs, the people that work there in and out of the airports. And also medical is a big one in the rural communities.
Yes, it is.
As far as, having access to good medical aid and so forth.
Absolutely, especially when someone is involved in an emergency situation and they're out in the middle of nowhere. You need those planes to be able to transport patients to where they need to be. Talk about the economic output. You talked a little bit about how it does help with jobs, and talk about how now you have the governor's backing. It looks like he's getting more involved here in Tennessee because he does see the value in what you do. How does that feel?
Right. Well, we're very happy to see that the governor's focus is on rural Tennessee. And that really aligns with what we're all about, and that's all these airports that are spread across the state. An airport is really just like an interstate. You have an exit ramp from an interstate, and everyone wants one in their community. An airport is the same thing. It's an exit ramp right out of the sky, right into your community. So the economic impact is about $1 billion a year from general aviation airports, somewhere around 8,000 plus jobs, and about a $300 million payroll for all those people. So it's very, very important.
Well, let's take a look at this proclamation, because this is pretty cool to see here, signed by Governor Bill Lee of the state of Tennessee, and he proclaimed General Aviation Month in the month of March. How did that feel? That
feels great. Again, we're very happy that he's focused on general aviation and sees the importance. That's where we grow our pilots as well. That's where when you get on an airplane going wherever to city, that's where they come from. And there's a big pilot shortage right now as well.
That's what I was going to ask you. Talk about that. I mean, this is an industry that is bound to grow. Talk about what you need. You do need pilots.
Need pilots and mechanics. So both of those, there's like I said, a major shortage in those. If anyone wants to be a pilot or an airline mechanic, right now is a great time to get into it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We know you're a busy man. We appreciate it. President of the Tennessee Aviation Association, John Black, appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
And stay with